Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Pillow Fright podcast. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Kay.
And I'm Emma.
And we are your three besties here to keep you in the loop with all things horror.
Oh my gosh, happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah, it just so happens to be Halloween today. I apologize for my voice in advance, by the way. I know I sound a little rough around the edges.
It's kind of sexy.
I hope this is nice, Catherine.
DeVoe?
Hepburn?
No. Hi, I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. Kathleen Turner.
Kathleen Turner. For viewers listening to us and not looking at us, Kay is dressed as Frankenfooter from Rocky Horror. Alyssa is dressed as the Driller Killer from Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Let's buzz.
And I am dressed as Terry from The Gate.
Yeah, you are. A little bit of a nod there.
Yeah. Oh, with a shirt that I pulled out of the bottom of my hamper this morning.
You gotta take a screenshot. So
yes.
I'm gonna put this back now.
Yes, I'm gonna take this sheet off my head.
Just need that establishment.
It's a glam rock Frankenfurter. Glam rock.
Is he not glam rock?
He is glam rock, but I want it to be more 80s metal inspired. I heightened it. There we go. I heightened it to fit the theme.
Oh, Lordy, this voice. Get me through. Jesus, take the wheel.
All right. So before we get going, what is your favorite thing that you guys love to do every Halloween? What is your annual tradition?
I think for a while mine has been, well, at least since I moved here to LA, has been to see all the houses. Because back in Chicago, I did not have that opportunity to go and see trick-or-treat and like houses decorated. I mean, there weren't exactly that many houses in Chicago proper. So when I came out here and everyone's like, no, you have to go see where like the Disney Imagineers live because they go balls to the wall with all of their Halloween decorations. And then the SoCal Haunt List has been absolutely amazing to organize it. And I used to sit with my friend Emma, who doesn't live here anymore, but we would like make a full plan, map out every house. We'd take the SoCal Haunt List before it had the website. We'd take the form and then we would make our own forms so we could pick which ones we wanted to see, which one, and make a full plan for the night. And it was just really cool to see like all of the creativity that like locals had. I remember there was one guy that used to throw a party that he makes heads for our movies, and he would keep all the molds and all the heads and he turned them into this like massive party that he'd throw once a year. And it was like so incredible. There was mazes and like they just go so extra. And I guess maybe not living here for as long and not like knowing that this was a thing. I don't know. I love home haunts. I have a shirt or a hat and I'm not wearing it right now. But yeah, I love home haunts. And I think it's just really cool that you're just experience it, just to experience it with people who are like as passionate for Halloween, that they want to go all out and they're always out there and they want to talk to you about it. And I just think that's so freaking cute. I love it.
I love that. I don't know how to answer that without being a Debbie Downer, but since my dad passed, because he's passed on Halloween, obviously that the actual day is a little tainted in my brain, but I've since tried to transform it as best as I could into my own thing. So I didn't dwell on that. So I basically mostly just celebrate Samhain as the witch I am. And it's helped a lot because that keeps me really grounded and spiritual. And I have my altar. I like setting up my ancestor altar. I have all the photos of my people who passed on in my life, my animals. So I have a dedication to them. And I spend the week doing a lot of tarot readings, and I spend the day doing tarot readings. And I like passing out candy because now that we have a place where people can come, although the year that we were so excited about it, nobody came. And last year we had COVID and everyone knocked on the door. We're like, come on. So this year, fingers crossed, candy.
I
just set up
trick-or-treaters.
a thing like outside. We take one, but then you're actually waiting at like the thing and being like,
oh yeah, I'll wear like the most horrifying costume I can find. So when somebody just takes two, I bust out and scream.
Have you seen the videos of people putting them online about messing with trick-or-treaters? I tried to repost them when I see them on TikTok, repost them to our podcast page.
It's the one night of the year where you can get away with scaring a child. And you're not in the wrong.
Ah, man. So we usually do home haunts for Halloween as well. So I will tell you guys a story from growing up in Maine. people decorate, but not home haunt style. But there was this one house, and this guy goes balls out. Everything is decorated, and on Halloween night, he dresses up as Freddy Krueger, and he runs around. He climbs on his roof. He does all this stuff to mess with kids.
Where is this?
In Maine, where I grew up. And I remember my mom taking me there every year, and me being like every year being really excited to go to this one house. But then I'd get there and she'd be like, "There's Freddy," and I'd be so scared. I'd hide in the back seat and I wouldn't get out to get candy.
It's not scary.
I know,
Good for him.
but I remember it being like the house to go to. Like people drove from everywhere to go to this guy's house, and you know, probably if I looked at it now, his costume was something from the five and dime store, and it sucked, and I shouldn't have been scared. But as a kid, I was scared shitless.
I guess the house here right now for that is that Burbank Clown House.
Oh yeah, that's down the street.
We stumbled across it a couple nights ago. I mean, we've been before, but we were like looking at a house around the corner, and we're like, "What is that big light in the distance?" And it was like they have a fake Ferris wheel here.
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you guys not, there must have been 500 people outside the house.
I think it's Ontario. They have a hashtag outside of it. And I think it's Ontario Clown House. I don't know, but we can like hashtag it in the description. But it's really cool. Burbank is on fire when it comes to Halloween displays.
Absolutely.
I love walking around and checking everything out.
There's a rock one every year too, like a metal skeleton metal one.
Yeah, it's on Clybourne.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like The Rock. I was like, there's The Rock.
There's a The Rock themed haunted house where it's just all of his bad movies.
I know it's right near like Bob's Big Boy. Lily Hall is the other one around the corner, which is incredible to see.
Yeah, it's on the SoCal Haunt list. That's how I found it.
Yeah, that's what we do too. We look through that and go to all of them. All right, well, what have you guys been watching this week? Anything good?
I watched Beetlejuice.
What did you think?
I put it off for a while because I don't know. I feel weird about legacy sequels and ones that are so many years later. And I love the first one so much that I thought like, even if it ended up being so amazing, I don't know. It just made me feel weird. And I watched it and it made me feel weird.
Right?
It wasn't necessarily bad. It made me feel weird. I can't explain it.
I felt the same way. And I don't know if I thought I think it's a movie that has a problem of too many characters and too many stories, but it definitely felt
it was just kind of there. I guess there was no real plot that I could decipher, and the one that they tried to have kind of got thrown away a little bit with the lady sucker. Jesus, the soul sucker.
Yeah, she wasn't a big enough part of the movie. I'm like, you could have actually just gotten rid of that.
Yeah.
And moved on from it and it would have been fine.
There's a lot of different ways where I feel like they could have handled that and a lot of fun plot. But you know what? It's there. I'm sure everybody had fun making it. It's always great to see Michael Keaton again doing his thing. And
he was fabulous. He was like,
I love him as
he brought it back.
Yeah. Best role he's ever played.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll wait till it comes out on HBO or something.
Yeah.
I was at a party and on Saturday at the end, they were like, let's watch a movie. And someone really wanted to watch Trap. And it was a birthday party and the birthday boy greets are like, well, we're watching Trap. And I was like, oh, fine. I was like, can I hate watch it? Because I'm going to assume I'm going to want to hate watch it. Because they were like, you just have to suspend disbelief. I was like, not that much. This is too much. If you have to explain to me why I have to suspend disbelief, that's too, like, the ending of the movie shouldn't need to be literally point for point explained from one character to another. And because that, I was just like, if that's the way that you have to end it in order for it to make any sense, then along the way, something is missing, something messed up. I think Josh Hartnett looked great, though, I guess. His daughter looks just like him. It's so not Josh Hartnett's daughter. M. Night's daughter looks just like him, but like super pretty. It's weird. Genetics are weird. But that one was something that I fun watch. But I think I'm almost finished on Hysteria. I'm pretty sure all the episodes are streaming now. So I have one episode left. And I actually really like it. I know that it's like kind of cheesy and weird, but it's kind of funny that a Satanic Panic movie or Satanic Panic series came out just in time for us to be doing a metal thing. And I don't remember the girl's name right now, but the best friend girl is really great. And I love her, and I love her singing in the band. And her character is being like the goth girl who does this because, you know, she's my mate, not my makeup is my armor type of a thing, but that energy of I do this because I have to. And it's not super spoilers, but she tells one person, you're just being a tourist in this life, but I live this every day. And
I watched that episode last night.
I can't, I'm saving it for this week. We've had a busy month, so I haven't gotten around to it, but I'm very looking forward to this show.
My friend who visited, I mentioned it on the last episode, but he goes by Murphy Weller in the band The Protomen. And I think it's episode 7, they said, of that. They featured their song, the band played one of their biggest songs, which I love that song. Apparently it's rearranged, whatever. But yeah, it's really cool. I can't wait to see that. So shout out to the Protomen. Murphy Weller.
What have I watched? You know what? My husband and I went to AMC, who they're doing a series right now of, it's probably through Disney, because they re-released Nightmare Before Christmas and Hocus Pocus in theaters for this week only. And we went this weekend. And we rewatched both of those movies, which I love so much. And it was really fun. Both were sold out screenings. And yeah, it was a good time seeing those movies on the big screen. One of them, Nightmare Before Christmas, they released in 3D, which was wild. I was like, oh, this looks like, I usually don't like 3D movies where you have to wear glasses, but I had a really fun time with this. And yeah, that was a good experience. I can't think of much else I've watched this week because we worked on the special all week.
Yeah, the special came out.
Yeah,
that's what we watched.
Yeah, our brand new holiday Halloween variety show just came out on our YouTube this week, which I don't know about you guys, is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch, to see it all come together.
And the happy accident of doing it as a premiere, which I don't think any of us realized what that meant.
Oh, I
thought I literally was like, oh, you do it as a premiere. So even if it's not exactly at 7, everyone knows exactly when it goes live. It'll just announce it. Yeah. No, it's live and everyone watches it.
10 minutes before, who's on chat duty, who's on chat. We're like, what?
Because Alyssa usually does all of the YouTube stuff. So I don't know how to do it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not great with technology. And because the video, this giant export file, which took 12 hours to put to render, came from my house. So I had to put it on there. And I thought Premiere meant, oh, it's going to come out, put it out right now.
Like there's a notice.
Like, it's not. And all of a sudden, it has a countdown and it says that there's going to be a chat. And I was like, it was a very stressful Friday for us, but it was really fun to talk with all of you who showed up in the comments and chatted with us to watch it live. So thank you so much. And you guys can see it now. I would totally recommend putting this on before Halloween because it's super like nostalgia for retro Halloween specials like the Paul Lynde special. Yeah. Or if you really like Tim and Eric, it's got that sort of weird zany vibe to it. You know, it's something we made with all of our friends here in LA for no money. And it's really fun, if I do say so myself.
It really is. It was fun watching it, and I wasn't even thinking of it in terms of, oh, we did this and this. Like, I was a part of this. I watched it as a viewer because it was really easy to just get lost in it, which was really cool.
And that was like my first time ever acting.
It was so good.
I love your sketch. That's like my favorite one.
Yes.
Oh, I wish that, because we were shooting, I mean, that was our last minute shoots because it got cut from the actual day because we ran over. And like, you know, my husband directed the special and he played Gorlax because the person that was supposed to play him couldn't do it the other day. And, you know, we had directed other stuff that day and he was like freaking out in his head because he needed to get back to editing. So he was just, okay, next. And so I thought he was going to sort of phone in a performance. So I wasn't trying to be over the top. And then he shot after me and I ran the camera and like held the boom at the same time. And of course, then he shows up being wild as fuck. I'm like, oh, I wish I'd gone second because he was, I would have matched that weird energy.
No, it worked. It worked really well, I think.
Yeah. That's cute. Definitely if you like tons of musical guests, sketches, and a full overlawn plot line. So yes, thank you to everyone, not only the performers, but the crew, like everything that freaking, it was so much work to bring it all together, but everyone brought the magic and that's why it came together.
And we have to throw out a major thank you to Sean Keller, who pretty much did all of the music. He wrote and produced all of those songs and
all of them, but most of them.
90%. The Wolf and Halloween Again, which was like the last song of the show. And Alyssa got us all to sing, which I hope to never do again. But it was fun. I'm glad we did it.
I'm proud of how it all came together. And Peep Show collaborated a little bit
Yes.
too. A burlesque troupe that I'm involved with. They were dancers. That was fun.
And Mia's wigs, Mia's Monster Mash wigs, she made us look 70s glam. All right. Well, let's do the news. I'll start out. The Skinamarink director teams up with A24 for his next movie, The Land of Nod. We're talking Kyle Edward Ball here. He wrote and directed the 2023 micro-budget horror hit, Skinamarink. The plot details are still under wraps. We know nothing about it. It's going to be produced by the A24 guys and Josh Safdie randomly. And then also under Spectre Vision with Daniel Noah, Elijah Wood, Lawrence Ingley, and a few other folks. But it's interesting because I'm pretty sure this movie was originally just supposed to be a Spectre Vision release because they announced it on Twitter about a year ago. And I'm wondering what's going on there that it's now A24. I mean, awesome. That's more money.
Yeah.
But curious minds.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we'll get some details about it. Maybe they're expanding outside of the hallway, and
yeah,
we're gonna get.
I'm interested. I personally didn't love Skinamarink, but it's cool to see someone that did something for nothing get to make something for lots of money. So
that's
cool.
exciting to see
Good
what
for
else they,
him.
what other stuff they can do. Another cool thing that's happening is that Mr. McDreamy himself, Mr. Patrick Dempsey, is in talks to come back to Scream 7, which if you've seen Scream 5 or 6, I feel like there's ways where you could kind of think, okay, he's got to come back somehow. If she comes back, he's got to come back. I hope he doesn't end up being a killer because that would suck. But yeah, he's in talks to come back. There's not really many more details to that, but he's waiting to read the script. But it's kind of cool that he's already in talks. He must have really enjoyed his time on the franchise if he's, let me read a script. But yeah.
I mean, I love it. I love when he appears in horror movies. I loved him in Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, he was in that. I forgot. Oh, my gosh. Mr. McDreamy. I just think of him from Can't Buy Me Love. Can't Buy Me Love.
Oh, God.
Little young, I forgot his name. Ronald.
The stunning Scream queen. I mean, what's like an epic queen? Because she's already been like a Scream queen and now she's
Mother.
Okay, Scream Mother. Vera Farmiga she has a metal band now. They are the Yayas, and it includes her husband, who's been in the industrial metal band Dead Z, and they just released their debut single, The Crying Room.
That's so cool.
I've seen video of her in the past, singing and rocking out. And I've loved her, not just The Conjuring, but she was so stunning in Bates Motel and everything that she does. I am so drawn to her. But The Crying Room, which when she's talking about this single, is that The Crying Room is about release and relief. It's about crying your heart clean. And it was filmed during, quote, paraphrasing here, filmed during and in the aftermath of an eclipse. And it's about the eclipse of your soul, not to be confused with the total eclipse of your heart. But so I don't know. I'm listening to it. It's very haunting considering I kind of thought maybe it was going to be like a little more Scream metal, but a very good, add this to your Halloween playlist right now. It is definitely vibing. And I don't know. I think it's like something I kind of want to maybe I want to stand naked under a moonlight and listen to this song a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little more prog rock than I thought it was going to be, but I really dug it. Like, I was like, oh no, is this going to be like some Wicked Wisdom stuff like Jada Pinkett did? But, yep, that was a throwback.
That for later when I have time to talk about that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a good segue into our episode, our Halloween episode.
Yes, it is. Are you sure you still want me to read it?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
do your best, Wolfman Jack.
I'm Wolfman Jack. I'm Gene Simmons. And you're going to enjoy my beautiful radio voice right now. It's going to... It's Midnight Mayhem with Alyssa on the mighty PFP. Tonight on our Midnight Halloween Tribute, we're going to do something just a little bit special. We have got a treat for you, a world premiere. the only Sammi Curr album never released. So here we go.
Don't smoke, kids.
Don't smoke.
Oh my God. We are talking Trick or Treat, guys. We're not talking about the Michael Dougherty Trick or Treat. We are talking 1986 Trick or Treat with Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons.
I am so freaking stoked, guys. I love this movie. It is in my top 5. I am obsessed. I'm so stoked.
I've been waiting to talk about this movie for like 15 years when I learned how hard it was to come by, because this was my first time seeing it and I should have seen it years ago, and I'm very excited about it.
All right, to be fair, this movie has been incredibly hard to get your hands on over the years, mostly due to the music rights of the band Fastway, because it was a super group, and they, because of all the music in it, the rights to it were pretty much impossible. I have a DVD from frickin' Germany that was the only release you could get for a long time, and you could watch it on YouTube in a very low quality that somebody put out, and it kind of stuck by.
Was it the cover of Gene Simmons and Ozzy when they're like 50s, just have nothing to do with the movie, just for promo?
Yes, I think so. But luckily, as of 2 days ago, 2 freaking days ago, which is, had this plan for months, Synapse put out their 4K Blu-ray that is absolutely loaded to the gale with special features.
Oh.
And this has been something they've been working on for 2 years. Like, I've been following it closely because I wanted to buy it. And I'm just like, when are they putting this out? They announced it forever ago, but they released it this week. So,
oh man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Well, I mean, I have to hand it to you. You finally found an 80s movie that I liked.
Holy poo. Oh my gosh. It is a Halloween miracle, friends.
Yeah, there you go. For the miracle of Samhain. No, it's not a nostalgia based, like, oh, I kind of think this movie is good. I mean, I was like, Monster Squad, I think, was the only other one, but I did see, like, for the second time seeing it in the theater, maybe made it a little bit different. But this movie, watching it just at home, and I think it holds up. I think the acting's great. I think the music is great. I think everyone goes exactly to the point where they are supposed to go to keep this movie in a world that makes sense without it being like over the top, campy. I hate it. I actually had a really good time with this movie. That freaking song has been stuck in my head for days, but I don't know the whole song, so it's just rock and
such
roll,
a good song.
just over and over.
This movie, after watching it, it was like it was the embodiment of the Savage Garden song. I knew I loved you before I met you, because that's how I felt about this movie. I knew I loved it before I met it, and I watched it. I was like, this is everything I dream about in my life is this movie. And I thought Sammi Curr, when I was younger, not like recently, but I thought Sammi Curr was a real rocker until I watched it, because they portray him not campy. I mean, Black Roses is like, it's the metal movie for, not for the film world. And this is the metal movie that's like a legit metal movie with metal cameos.
It's crazy because Black Roses was made by Metalhead.
Which is,
and Trick or Treat was not, for the most part.
Yeah.
It is. And, to me, this is a movie I knew about. I discovered this from Ryan Turk when he used to host Horror Trivia, because they did a round one year, this 10 years ago, that was like Trick or Treat versus Trick or Treat. What did this quote or something come from? And that's how I learned that it existed. And I put off watching it because I was like, oh God, Ozzy Osbourne, I've seen him in things. He cannot act. I don't want to watch this movie.
He's so funny.
And then a few years ago on Halloween, my husband he had hurt his foot so bad we couldn't go out on Halloween. So we decided to put on this movie, and I was in love.
Yeah.
I was like, this is made for me. And and it's one of those movies in the first 10 minutes, you're like, oh man, is this going to be like something that goes in the way of kind of like a Columbine thing? And it absolutely does not. Yeah. And it's very much the opposite. And I find Ragman the most endearing character.
Yeah.
I think, I'm so happy they did not cast a rock star as Sammi Curr.
Sorry.
I know that there was an attempt possibly.
Yeah.
And by the way, we have not, at the time of this recording, we have not seen the new Blu-ray with all the new interviews. So the information we're going off from is from Rolling Stone articles and interviews that exist before that. So if we get something wrong, don't hold it against us. We
to the best of our knowledge,
to the best
everything.
of our knowledge, because I know that there's some back and forth on whether they actually try to cast rock stars or not.
I think from what I read, they were, because his look is very heavily inspired by Blackie Lawless from Wasp.
Yes.
A little tiny bit of what's his face? Not
Bob
Iggy,
Halpert?
Style wise, yes. I'm not Iggy Pop. Freaking, we're not gonna take it.
Dee Snider.
Thank you. Jeez. Yeah. Just a tiny bit of that. But I read that they actually really wanted Blackie Lawless. They wanted him to be involved. But I think it worked out great because who was the actor who played him? Tony Fields, who is a dancer, and you could tell.
Yes.
Absolutely. But he
may he rest in peace.
Yeah. Oh, yes. He was great. I really liked him.
Incredible. Absolutely. Like, he makes this movie what it is. And something that I found interesting about that is the director of the movie refutes, Charles Martin Smith, refutes the fact that he tried to cast any rock stars to be Sammi Curr. He said that it would have taken away from the movie. Now, who knows if that's a little butthurtness, because from what I read, they did pass.
Yeah.
Because they didn't like the script or whatever, because it poked fun at metal. But I think no matter what, at the end of the day, it was the best choice.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, that he makes the movie.
I mean, having the cameos of Ozzy and Gene are enough.
Yes.
And Ozzy's cameo. Whew, that's funny.
Looks like our friend Graham Denman.
I was watching it. I was like, wait, when did Graham exist in 1986 as Ozzy Osbourne?
I know. Every time I'm like, man, that looks just like our friend Graham.
He looks so much like Ozzy. It's insane.
Easy cosplay right there.
Exactly. He should dress like that for Halloween all the time. Graham, if you're listening.
Well, should we get talking about the movie?
Yes, let's do it.
Since this movie did come out in 1986, so unless you are planning on buying that Blu-ray, which, you should have a Halloween night movie watch with your friends.
Or you can just buy it for me.
Yeah.
Buy it right there. Don't listen to we're going to go into spoilers. So as this movie is over 20 years old, and that's normally where we cut it for spoilers.
I will say, though, this one, because it's so hard to find, it's understandable if you haven't seen it. But yes, we're going to spoilers.
And if you live in the Southern California area, I believe it is screening all over the place. I think it's going to be at the Frida this next week for Halloween. And maybe I think the day after. No, I want to say it's again. I want to say it's playing November 1st or 2nd.
Oh, because I know they already did it. I didn't know they were doing
somewhere.
it again.
It was either the Frida or the New Beverly or the Vista was going to do a day after a Halloween hangover screening of Trick or Treat. Plus, I think it just played in Somerville, Massachusetts from Bloody Disgusting. So hopefully some people have gotten some eyes on it. I don't think anyone's getting those Blu-rays until the end of the month. But anyway, yes, we are going to spoilers. If you don't want to hear them, you can turn this off, find a way to watch that movie, and come on back to celebrate Trick or Treat with us.
I'll take my glasses off for a bit. All right. So I show some sort of eyes.
In a world.
You don't want us to just weekend at Bernie's either.
I thought about it, but I figured if whoever watches this out, whenever this happens,
A bullied teenage boy is devastated after the death of his heavy metal idol, Sammi Curr. But as Halloween night approaches, he discovers that he may be the only one who can stop Sammi from making a satanic comeback from beyond the grave.
Yes!
Oh, God, I'm so fucking excited. All right, so we start out with our main character, Eddie.
Ooh,
Eddie.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sure does. God, why do all the men I love's name's Eddie?
The mullet and the denim jacket. And
Mark Price is kind of hot. I would. Anyway, he starts out the movie. He's a high school outcast writing and sending letters to his hero, a heavy metal musician named Sammi Curr, who is known as a hometown hero in Eddie's town. And he's a former student of Lake Ridge High, where Eddie goes to school.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. This first scene where he's writing the letters, it feels a little, you're like, oh no, where's this going?
I know.
I'm like, is he a bad boy?
He's going to stand it from Eminem.
Yeah. I was like,
Dear Sammi, why won't you write me back?
I also want to know where Ragman comes from.
Oh yeah, that's his. Is that his performance name or just a nickname?
I think that's a name he gives
or just,
himself.
Like he tries to be okay. Yeah,
like his metal name.
You should pick.
I forgot. I think I read that it came from the director himself. I think how he was Ragman growing up, or like he was this character.
That's so funny.
The writer, director.
The writer.
Yeah, the writer.
The writer.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the director was like the guy from the George Lucas movie.
Oh, that one. Star Wars?
No, the American Graffiti.
Oh, okay.
Like he's like a kind of a character actor.
Okay.
But yeah, like you see this whole scene of him writing the letters, and you're just like, oh, he's a super fan, and it's kind of creepy.
You're like, it can't wait to happen when he reads my letter.
And it really sets up right away that he's a bullied kid, and like the scene where like he thinks that the girl he likes is waving at him, and he's like, oh. And then he's like, oh, the friend behind. It's so sad. And it's funny because they actually used that scene in Stranger Things season 4. If you guys have watched it with Elle, because she started new school and she's writing letters to Mike. Yeah. And she's telling him about how great her new school is. And it's very similar to the way that they narrate with Sammi Curr. But she goes to wave to a girl's school and like that you think is her new friend, and it turns out the same exact thing where it's the person behind.
I remember that.
There's going to be a lot of conversation about Stranger Things season 4 and Trick or Treat, because they have definitely might owe someone a little money here, which would not be the first time Stranger Things is. Well, story for another day. Anyway, So while watching the news, Eddie is shocked and devastated when he hears that Sammi has mysteriously died in a hotel fire.
Wonder how that fire started.
Right?
Drugs.
Later on, he meets his friend Nuke, who's a radio DJ played by
That's his friend.
Gene Simmons. I know, right? How do you make friends with a radio DJ?
I know. Gene Simmons, man, though, in this, it's just funny seeing him. I didn't realize it was him until 2 seconds later when he was talking. I was like, oh, he can actually act a little bit.
Apparently, he only took this role because he supposedly is the other person they offered Sammi Curr to.
Oh, that's right.
And he turned it down, but he agreed to take this role because he's obsessed with Wolfman Jack. It was like, oh, if I can play a version of him, cool. So that's how that supposedly came about.
When you have the power to do what you want, do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Gene Simmons. He meets his friend Nuke, the radio DJ, and Nuke gives him Sammi Curr's last unreleased song, which was called Songs in the Key of Death.
Yeah, it was.
On an acetate disc. Oh, man.
What a gift.
I know. It's like a kid who grew up collecting records, like test presses and things like that are like so fucking rare. I can't believe there's no way this guy would be like, here, it's the last one that existed. The only one. Here you go, kid.
If only they knew the value the internet would bring to everything.
Right. Right.
Well, but also he's, it's fine. I already ripped a copy for us. So it's, well, why didn't you just give him a copy? Why are you giving him the original? Unless there is like something, this kid, he just starts a spark in me. Like, I see myself in him. I really want him to have nice things. I don't know.
Or maybe Sammi came to him and told him to a backstory. I don't know. That would be cool.
Like, was Gene Simmons in on it?
Was he in all along?
No, it's the old lady at the TV. She's the mastermind.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
for sure.
Nuke recorded the disc onto a high-quality tape and plans to play Sammy's album in entirety on air at midnight on Halloween, which was Sammy's original plan. When Eddie returns home, he falls asleep while listening to the record, and then has a strange dream about the fire that killed Sammi. And this fire that killed Sammi was a ritual in a hotel room.
Naturally.
That I think killed other people that were there.
But nobody cares about them.
Yeah,
it's only Sammi.
I don't know
only
if
newsworthy.
Those go in our kill count at all for this movie. But yeah. When Eddie awakens, he finds out that the record is skipping. And after listening to it for a few seconds, he realizes there's something not quite right about the lyrics and that the record is stuck on. After playing the record backwards,
You're never supposed to do, kids.
I know, right? It's like reading from the Necronomicon. You don't play a record backwards. He hears Sammi speaking to him from beyond the grave.
Did we try to play the Long Legs record backwards?
We did. I have an audio of it.
Oh, okay. I remember you sending like I don't think we put it in the thing.
It says something like cut off her little head.
Oh, we
so
did
cool.
do that. I remember now. Okay.
Oh, that's so cool.
Because I don't have a record player because I'm not cool.
And if anybody wants a copy of what's on the Long Legs record, I made one and I will gladly send it to anyone who wants to listen to it. So hit me up. Yeah, but he gets messages from Sammi, which were, do you guys remember?
I don't remember.
There's something about to get the bullies at school.
Something about that. Yeah. Which fun. I love how his main bully is Doug Savant, who played Matt in Melrose Place.
He's also on Graham's and Desperate Housewives. My grandmother loved that show.
I didn't know that.
God.
Yeah, it's just weird. No, because he plays, I mean, at the time, having a gay character is, you have to focus on that, whatever, early 90s. But yeah, he was the gay neighbor, Matt, who was very sweet. And he was just, I liked him a lot. And it's just weird seeing him as a bully in this.
Oh my God. And the scene, like at the beginning, which we haven't talked about, was like when they lock him out of the locker room naked.
Oh, and he just falls and just slides to the ground.
And they're like taking Polaroids of him. I'm just like, oh, dude.
And no teacher steps in.
That's the saddest.
Really nice of them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I don't remember that being a thing when I was in high school. Thank God, because that's pretty fucked up to do to someone, to like, especially teenagers who like hate their bodies.
I remember terrible things happening to teenagers in my high school.
Oh my gosh. I must have been to a weird school because none of that stuff happened.
Oh.
No, that's awful.
I went to a very, as we've said in other episodes, like a very varsity blues high school. And I remember there was a special needs boy who's very sweet. And the football team told him that if he put Icy Hut in his jock strap, it would help his performance. And they very much hurt that child.
That makes me cry.
Yeah, I would. And that's just off the top of my head. I went to school with some really mean kids.
They have to work at Kmart.
Yeah, no, I hope they're just all bald and terrible, married to horrible women who hate them.
Yeah.
They deserve nothing good.
That tends to be how it works out, though, to be honest.
That's awful.
I definitely went to a school that very much, I think maybe that's why I relate to a lot of these movies, because I went to school with the stereotypes. I was an artsy theater kid, and there were jocks who were terrible and mean, but they were the popular kids for some reason, even though nobody liked them. So I get it. I feel those stereotypes in my soul.
Ugh, it's awful.
But I mean, these kids kind of deserve it. Oh, Sammy's not wrong, but obviously this is a means to the end, and he's just trying to get this kid. But
yes, Sammi has given Eddie these instructions on how to get revenge on this group of bullies. At first, the revenge is harmless. Like, he has like a little Home Alone moment where he sets all these traps and gets them in trouble. So they have detention of some sort.
I love that. He's attacking the teachers, and then he's just going Scooby-Dooing it through some doors and stuff. I was like, that's super cute. It's harmless, though.
But quickly, his revenge becomes violent.
Didn't one of the popular girls invite him to some party? Was this before then, where we established?
Yes, because he just has the record in his backpack. I think.
Yeah, and that's Lisa, right?
Leslie,
sorry, her real name's Lisa.
Yes,
Leslie.
The girl he likes invites him, like when she gives him the Polaroid back, and when she does, she's, "Oh, are you coming to the pool later?" He's like, "Yeah, totally. What is the pool?
What pool?"
Yeah, and so he's got an invite, so he goes to meet her. And the popular guys put a weight in his backpack, and like, for being weird, they're like, "We don't like you because you're creepy and weird."
Yeah,
because he likes metal.
Yeah,
and
naturally
they put a weight in his backpack and push him off, and he's stuck underwater. And Leslie actually saves him.
Attempted murder.
Jeez.
That's not bullying. That's attempted murder.
Yeah, that's so messed up. That's like next level shit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so she is definitely on his side from the start, and I think she, even before he gets a little confidence, I think she likes him a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets his first ounce of revenge from this little prank that he pulls on them. But then it gets dark quick. He goes on Sammy's instruction. He goes to the wood shop, or is that what they call it?
Yeah, wood shop class.
Shop class. And the bullies find him there, and he like puts his head in like a drill situation.
Drill vice.
And really intimidates him. And I think that's the moment where Eddie is, maybe this is a little too far, Sammi.
Yeah. Did he have the tape already at that point to pass on to give, or was that just for
Yeah, he
Doug's
had given
date?
it to the other girl, the girl who had taken the Polaroid of him.
And who went on the date with Tim?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Eddie's in the room, and then Sammi is he's not going to do he's not going to do the bidding. He's not going to do it. He's his own man. Sammi don't give a shit. And I just love that it's like, oops, accidentally released a demon, accidentally released a angry rock Satan electrical ghost.
He like spills a soda or something on it. Yeah.
Oopsies.
Oh, yeah.
It's always an accident.
But he's like trashing his room and like, and he does it several times. Does this guy just not like his own stuff? Like when he finds out that like Sammi has died originally, he starts tearing down posters. And
Hysteria did a little bit of a callback to that in the second episode.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like that he's like tears down all his posters, but then he's ceremoniously under Sammi, which, leads on to later that it's almost like he is doing like a literal worship.
Yeah.
Like in the old gods sense. So I thought that it was really fitting. But then, he like keeps on destroying his stuff. And I was like, sir, your allowance does not cover this.
Yeah. Starts like trashing his stereo. But after he has spilled the soda, he's released the Sammi Curr demon into the world.
He's like a mix of Freddy and Horace Pink.
Well, I mean,
Shocker.
honestly, it kind of makes sense because the producers of Freddy 2 are the producers of this movie. And I think that's how they got Kevin Yeager to come back to do makeup, which is incredible.
Yeah.
The makeup's great.
So it is. I can see the Freddy connection very easily. But he's done all this stuff, and Sammy's talking to the thing. He's, "Mom, come in," or something. And
Yes.
don't fucking come in.
Don't come in. Yeah, Mom, come on in here. That was a very long exchange, though. It went on for so long where I was like, oh my God, just get in or not. Just come in or not. But I also, you destroyed your stereo. And he's like, I just wanted a new one.
Must be a rich kid, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
Must be nice.
And then, he's given this tape to the girl who took the Polaroid of him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which I'm interested. I'm
like, why would she even listen to
she even listened to it? I know, especially on a date when she's about to, get some.
Yeah, she's like in this car hooking up with this guy or Tim, right?
Tim.
That whole exchange is weird. I'm so confused.
Did he go to where did he go again? I forgot.
He went to go tape. He went to pee.
Well,
okay,
like he said he was done, right? I think, did he finish and she didn't? Is that what that scene is about?
Oh,
maybe.
And then he's like, I've got other things to do.
Oh,
and I'm just like, are you, what happened? Did you finish in your pants, sir? I don't know how to say this, in a PC or in a PG way, I guess. But then she puts on the tape and she starts, getting sexy and the smoke vibes come out and
well, which I will say, I was like, when I was watching, I was like, that's not how synesthesia works, but that's
exactly for me.
I liked that like green energy and of course like 80s boobs and you got to show some tests.
Yeah.
But I liked the weird like green vibe and
it's kind of sexy.
Yeah, that is a sexy ass scene.
But then we see, I've already forgotten the name of the Skeezix demon, which apparently was supposed to be like Iron Maiden. How they have their, what's the guy's name?
It's I don't remember.
I can't off the top of my head.
Insert it later.
Yes, but it's supposed to be like that. He was supposed to be much more throughout this movie, so maybe that Blu-ray is going to give us some more scenes of him. But it was really funny when it cuts to and she opens her eyes and it's this demon creature. And then her ears melt off.
Yeah, he like gets the headphones and they're just all
it's pretty cool.
Like gum.
Yes. That was a fun scene.
That was cool.
Well, considering it's the electricity and all that, I like that it was coherent with all of the murders. They have a generalized, because sometimes with the killers, it goes a little off the wall and it's just like, what would be a fun kill? But I think it's one of the reasons I think this movie works is because they were like, this is the demon. This is how he kills people. We're going to do it crazy fun ways, but they're all going to be like in the same realm.
Yeah.
In the same power set, which I really enjoyed.
And then Tim shows up at Eddie's house. And this is actually kind of one of my favorite scenes of the movie. I don't know why. I love when the pumpkins, like it's like he's got this power, like the pumpkins.
We were saying that scene was shot so well. It looked so cool with the pumpkins there. Yeah.
But he's basically, what did you do to her? She's in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's just got the power of Sammi compels him.
The power of Sammi.
And I really like that scene.
I thought he did the bully did such a good acting job where like, cause he becomes a different character along the way from here. He's seen some shit at this point and he is very scarred from it. And I just fucking stay away from me, man. He's fine, whatever. Yeah, I sucked. I'm a bully, but just stay away from me. What the hell? And the tables have turned, but I started to feel a little bad for
Never.
I don't know. Maybe because the Desperate Housewives connection.
I don't have that. I just was like, oh, 80s bully, you suck.
No, they were actually really mean to him. So I guess, yeah. But either way, I was like, oh my God.
But then, while he Eddie's playing all massively powerful, but then he's calling his friend Roger. He's, yo, can you go break into his car and get that tape back for me? Yes,
I'm super grounded.
Yeah, and he's just, you're going to get my ass kicked. But he does it anyway because he's a good friend.
Yeah.
That's a good guy.
Mom, I gotta save the bullies from the demon that's in the cassette tape. Stop grounding me.
And he breaks into the car, he gets the tape back, and instead of destroying it like he's told to do, I'm just gonna put it in and see what this is all about.
Oh, yeah. It's curiosity. Why not?
Too. But the thing is, he says, he's just, well, what is it? No, it's really awesome, but you have to destroy it and you can't listen to it. Why the hell did you say it was awesome? Of course he's gonna listen to it. Of course he's gonna be like, why do you get to listen to it and I don't? He's gatekeeping. That's what I'd assume. But no, I would listen to it too.
I just love that he didn't, because I didn't want him. These are characters you actually care about. Like, you don't want anything to happen to them. And I love the little exchange when he plays it and Sammy comes up. And I love his say, I'll play it. It's cool. It's cool. It's my favorite album. And he's trying not to get him to hurt him. And I was so glad that he didn't in that scene.
Yeah.
That was a fun scene.
Oh, man.
Because that's when he gets him. You have to play this at the dance or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, at midnight.
But he sucks somebody into the speaker, right?
Oh, the TV. That was the old lady. Because Ozzy's on the TV.
Yeah,
he'd already killed Ozzy.
Ozzy was before.
They show him pulling the old lady into the TV. And then
out of the TV.
And then they show Ozzy having a brain aneurysm.
Yeah, because Ozzy played a uber Christian evangelical.
Well, I think
music is what's killing our teens. Yeah.
And I wonder how high he was filming that and how much of it he remembers or not.
Oh my God. Well, they said he improv that whole scene.
That's so
funny. It was good.
Yeah.
Good
but yeah, he'd already died of the brain aneurysm by the time this scene happened. That's why the lady's on the screen being like, it's a loss to I don't know why, but I've decided that she's the woman from Poltergeist as well. In my brain, they are interchangeable. So this TV is clean. But so when he pulls her out and she's just like this really tiny burnt corpse.
Yeah, that was a cool effect.
It reminds me of, have you ever seen that video of the lady yelling at Tarantino?
No.
When she's just like, why? She's yelling at him about violence. And she's like, why do you do all this? Why do you put all this stuff in these movies that kids are going to watch? She's like, because it's so much fun, Jan. Get it? It's like, this is...
I yell that at people from now on. Because it's so much fun, Jan!
It's my favorite thing ever. I quote it all the time. But yeah, Eddie's still grounded and Roger is now doing the bidding of Sammy. And they're going to a Halloween dance. And Leslie is calling Eddie to try to get him to go. And she's talking about her costumes unraveling right as she speaks. I'm like, girl is so thirsty. She's for that metal dude.
Hey, I don't blame her.
But I don't know. I thought it was so sweet though. Because even when she said it, it's not like she was like, my costume's just falling off my body. Come put it back on. Well, that doesn't work. But anyway, she was just like, yeah, before my costume falls apart,
yeah,
I
she's
better
being
get
all
home.
coy. I like her. Yeah.
But I also, my favorite though is the trick or treat girl. Trick or treat.
Oh.
He's no. He
Yeah.
slams the door on her. He opens the door again, and she's just trick or treat. As persistence works, kid. She got that whole box of candy, and then her just going, wow or whoa, but with some Canadian accent or something. Like I don't know why. However she said that was just lost
And
it.
from then on, she was the kid that demanded the whole plate of the bowl of candy.
I will not leave your stew without minimum 10 pieces, and they better be full size.
Oh my gosh. But at this point, Eddie is trying to find a way. Oh my God, before we got to talk about his mom and her date.
I loved that. Phil.
His dad?
No, it's
No,
just like
it was her date.
I thought, because I remember him, was he joking then when he's, Mom, Dad's here?
No, he said Phil's here.
I thought you said
Yeah.
dad.
No.
That's why I was so confused. It's like she's dating his dad again, or they were divorced, or
But she's so hyped to see him. She she thinks he is the hottest shit.
he's skinny Rambo.
Oh,
But I don't know. That's love.
He was
She
so
sees
cute.
him. Oh,
Yeah, that was
she gets
He
all
was-
like schoolgirl.
he's this like tiny little, whisk weft of a man or something, like wearing this Rambo costume.
he was so
His
cute.
glasses.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Love him. I support their relationship.
Yes.
They're
But
great.
his mom is out. He is trying to get to this school dance to save the day from Sammy and driving like a madman. Sammy's talking to him on the radio.
Yeah, don't drive under the influence, kids, especially not of Satan.
Yeah,
No
Get shit to
demonic
the
influence.
radio.
Roger is already at the school dance and he is already putting this tape in, and kids are getting zapped. Is that
Well,
what's-
That concert was legit, and I wonder what other movie took inspiration from that scene.
Yeah.
Zapping audience members as
I
they
know.
Well, like that scene is my favorite scene in the whole movie.
sing. So good.
Like they're at the school dance. He's already played the tape, so Sammy's I'm in.
Yeah.
And that's how, he knows to go there. He hears in the background, what's that song? And she's, I don't know, why aren't you talking to me? You only care about music. And then the lead singer gets zapped from the amp because he's, what is this? And replaced by, this, I don't know. There's something about that. There's something about that guy. He looks
Are
I
you
don't
for
get it.
Clem's for Sammi Curr?
a little bit.
Oh,
I
he
think
is
it's the
so
burn.
sexy. He is
Oh.
so sexy.
I love the burn makeup. Apps, and of course, Freddie's makeup, it's one of the most iconic looks, but the burn is so good. And I think it's just this guy's vibe. I don't get this way over metal stars. There's something about his swagger, and I guess because he's evil, that made him say, hell yeah, let's go. But I love that he's just like in the band, he's sitting there and commanding that entire audience with just the like
Yes.
He's so
thumps on the
good.
leg. And then I also love that the band, that's not our guy. Okay, let's do it anyway. This
Yeah,
seems cool.
why not?
Well, yeah,
Sammi
the band
Curr.
is kind of dorky. They sort of
Yeah.
look like a mix of the Beatles versus the Ramones or something.
Yeah,
and like
in their
you know,
costumes.
they got all this like
yeah.
static coming from their amps. You know they're gonna suck.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh yeah, because they're trying to start. With
Yeah.
A lot of feedback.
He had a little Corey Feldman action there, not being
no.
prepared on time on stage.
But even when he's playing and all of a sudden this school that bullies kids for listening to metal is, I love this. This is my jam. It's no, it's not. It's not your jam. You're a tourist here. No, but
Death to false metal.
death to false metal.
Death to false metal.
But I also, more with the electricity zapping, and was the skeleton kid that went first, the kid in the skeleton costume.
Yeah.
He's just playing, rocking out. That song is fucking awesome. Added to the Halloween playlist. Wait, can I not? Because can I get at least listen to that song somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard it on a.
I know it's out on.
I mean, I know
record.
it's on YouTube somewhere.
Oh,
but
no,
yeah,
it's definitely not
I thought
on,
I
like,
heard it
iTunes.
I thought
No.
I heard it on iTunes, but maybe I
Well,
just
It
heard
could
it.
be. I didn't look. I know that there is a release. There's like a record, like a vinyl record, which I would very much like as well. If
Yeah.
I wasn't poor.
Yeah. You'll trade him for a DVD.
I almost drove to San Diego for the record recently. I'm not even
I don't
lying.
blame you.
Like I had
believe
just
you.
looked at this. We had just been in San Diego. I just looked for it at this record store. There's 3 records I'm looking for right now, and that's one of them. And I looked, they didn't have it, and then like literally 2 days later, they posted a photo of it, and I was
Oh,
like,
man.
"Can you hold this?" And they didn't respond. Called out.
I just love that everyone's rocking out. All of a sudden, he starts zapping kids to death and they just disappear into a pile of their costumes,
Yeah.
which is such a trope, but I still fucking love it. But the band keeps playing until he kills one of their own. They are like, we're like the Titanic, man. We're going down with the
Yep.
ship. But when he zaps himself on top of the basketball hoop and then like swings down, and I thought we were going to get a
Oh, yeah.
superhero landing, but I was like, oh no, he just pops up.
Like
It's fine.
Pirate swings up in that.
Yeah, that was I don't know. That was power.
He's so cool.
I dig it. I want to be Sammi Curr when I grow up.
I tried to find that poster of him because I actually wanted to hang that up like a shrine to Sammy
Oh
somewhere.
my
because I
god!
love
Please
that.
do.
I tried to find it.
I love that this is a movie that we all agree on. Like, Happy Halloween.
Very rare. Very
Yes.
rare. We'll have to make a compilation at the end of the year of what movies we actually agreed on.
But at this point, Eddie shows up. There's cops and ambulances everywhere. I think Tim has cornered Leslie in the locker room or a bathroom or
It's a
something.
bathroom.
yeah.
Well, it's a locker room because she showered and changed, which I don't know. Why would you do that at the school? Just go
I
home,
don't
girl.
know. It was weird.
Those school bathrooms are disgusting.
They did it for the sake of the scene.
Right. And everything he says, I'm just like, oh, they've hooked up before? Ew, girl, why do you not have better taste?
Yeah.
Limited high schools.
That's true.
She didn't know. But maybe he turned her off all jocks because he was so bad that now she's, I'm going to try a nerdy kid.
Yeah, she has a
see how that
conscience.
goes.
She's a good person.
But he's getting a little handsy.
A little
And,
rough. Yeah.
and
But there's just something about, I'm not saying he's a good character. He's mentally, he's not just like the bully, most popular kid anymore. Something happened to this guy's dome. He's messed up.
yeah.
Not what happens to his dome next, which gets way worse and is
Yes.
definitely a really cool moment.
So Eddie bursts in and finds them and is, we gotta go. And then Sammi Curr shows up.
He's even trying to help Tim. We got to go. Like,
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Eddie he is the good guy.
Mhm.
They really kept him as realizing quickly that this is morally wrong.
Yeah.
And he's not out trying to kill people. He just wanted revenge for, being treated like shit.
Yeah.
Good-hearted revenge, like detention, not death. But Sammy gets his mitts on Tim, and
I love like how he does it. It's so like kind of gross, but I don't know, it's kind of hot when he has him up there and he just licks his finger and puts it in the socket.
Oh, yeah. It's so cheesy, but in the best way possible. I love that. I also love, that was when I realized there's no blood in this movie.
none.
It has the Texas Chainsaw effect where people think it's this slash. I've heard people say this was a slasher movie. I'm like, no, it's absolutely not a slasher movie.
No.
And so I thought that was cool.
And yeah, there's the gore in it is minimal. There's some creature effects for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's a lot of 80s cheesy VFX.
Yes.
Yeah.
I called it a stranglecution. Like
Stranglecution.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Laters, Tim.
Yeah.
Laters, baby.
I mean, he had to get a very cool death because
He
would have
had
been
it coming.
disappointing if he didn't.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
it coming.
Yep.
Oh, what happens next?
They run home.
Yeah. They
I think,
run to
or-
leave. Steals a cop car. I remember that. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, I got this. Turns on the
Yeah.
siren to go through, like in a weird, like to impress her way.
I just remember he went to the house for something.
Yeah.
And then more shenanigans. And then they go to the radio station.
Because he realizes Sammy can only travel through the radio signals.
Yeah.
After the tape is burned, because before he could.
No, you know what? I think they go back to his house first, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a cop outside of the house.
There is right now.
Oh yes. No, sorry.
Literally.
I was trying to get the. I think him and Leslie go back to his house,
Mhm.
and they think that they've saved the day ish, and then Sammy is in his house because they have the bathroom scene.
Oh, that's right.
And then they go
That's right.
out.
You think that he goes out in a toilet? I'm like, that can't be the way he goes out.
Right.
He can't go out in a toilet.
And then I think that's when he steals the cop car, and they just because they're like, Nuke has like one that he's gonna play at midnight everywhere. Oh no. So they've got to go to the radio station to save Nuke, which too late.
And then he said, doesn't he realize, oh, it has to be him, or has one of those sacrifice moments. And he's like, you stay here. I'm going to drive away.
Yeah. And then he because they have this whole showdown at the radio station, and then he takes, it's the tape, right? The last tape, and he drives it off the bridge.
Yeah. Somehow manages to get out of that drowned car.
I know.
You know?
Good for him. But
I didn't love the ending, to be honest. I thought it was it was so hyped from the school dance that I kind of thought was like, oh.
I feel like there were two times where it was going to end and it didn't. So had a bunch of different false endings to me.
I wanted like an epic showdown. Like I wanted there to be like lightning, like a full metal cover behind them. Yeah, I think that's when I got a little bored.
They got their post saving the day makeout sesh.
yes.
Because everyone has to have a makeout sesh once you save the world.
Oh, he deserved it.
Yes,
He
he
to
did.
get the girl.
Yeah, he absolutely
True
did.
story. Supposedly that there's some scenes cut out of this, which I wrote it down. There was more of Skeezix, the demon, and then there were scenes where he's dressed as a barbarian. he's listening to metal. He's doing fantasy barbarian stuff. And to me, my brain automatically went to those scenes in Deathgasm where he's listening to metal and the girl's tits
the flashback.
pop up and
yeah. Okay.
I was
That's
like,
funny.
I am really looking forward to that Blu-ray release because I'm assuming all that footage is on there.
Yes.
Hopefully. That'd be a fun rewatch. I would like to rewatch it on the Blu-ray. I think that'd be cool.
I don't know how I'm going to afford this Blu-ray because it's $66.66. And my husband has threatened me if I buy it, I'm going to be in trouble. But I am plotting ways to get that bad boy in my hands because I want it so bad.
That is worth it. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see all the scenes that were cut out. I want to see they have interviews with everybody. And yeah, it's in a tin case with posters and all kinds of cool stuff.
I hope when you touch it, it zaps you a little bit.
I hope so
you got a
too.
little, like shot gag, like one of those shaking gags, but it's the tin case.
But yeah,
That's cute.
This movie is so much fun. I think there's so many things that have taken, paid homage to it since, as we talk about Stranger Things, like Eddie. Eddie is Eddie.
Literally.
I know that they talked about him being inspired by a real life person, but after I watched this movie, I was like, no, he's from Trick or Treat. Eddie is Eddie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially he dons the vest and everything too.
Yeah.
Like in midway when he has his transformation into being a cool metal guy versus just like a nerd. I think it makes sense.
Because I saw Stranger Things first months previous, not a long time before. And then I saw this movie. I was like, oh no, this is, and I think there's many times where Stranger Things is taken from 80s movies, Predator, maybe.
Yeah.
The Gate.
Absolutely. There's so much.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Homages.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Well, they have been. I'm the biggest Stranger Things stan, but I have eyes that are open. But they've been sued for it before.
Yeah.
Got that Netflix money. They don't give shit.
Exactly. But yeah, I love this movie. I'm so happy that we've talked about it
I know.
today.
New Halloween tradition.
No.
Right? Out of all the metal movies that we watched, which one was your favorite?
Oh, this one by far. I love them all, but this one is just everything that I love in life.
No, Deathgasm.
Deathgasm.
I fucking love Deathgasm. I love it's Evil Dead as a rock movie. I love Deathgasm.
That is hard to. I love both. I think this movie ended up on this is on my like top 5 of all time. But Deathgasm is like the type of movie that I want to make.
Yeah, Deathgasm is amazing.
But also, if Trick or Treat, and I know a lot of people have tried, if it ever came up for a remake, I would offer my blood to Satan to be the director.
Who would you want to cast as Sammy?
Oh my gosh.
Corey Feldman? I know.
No.
I know. Can you imagine?
Oh no, it's going to be someone.
Why don't you kill for me?
It'd have to be someone with a lot of that kinetic energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Because you literally have to be electric in order to pull this character off. And I think that's why he worked. Why some celebrities are famous is because when you walk in a room, you are literally drawn to them. They have an energetic pull. Tony Fields gave that. You can't redo this part without someone who has that full-on pull. They won't be able to. No. Honestly, I don't know if they'd be able to top Tony Fields' performance anyway. But
in today's age, that they would choose some freaking YouTube star or something.
Or
unfortunately,
Derek Huff.
Derek No.
Like he's a famous TV dancer.
I know. Why not?
The Last Dancer worked fine.
Oh, God. Yeah, but I mean, I think Tony Field was absolutely incredible in this movie. And I'm so sad that when I researched him and he's gone, I was sad. I was like, oh, I want to see what that guy's doing, what else he's done.
I know.
Well, hopefully he has like a nice interview on the Blu-ray though.
I hope they have some footage of him. Yeah. So anyway, this has been our episode on Trick or Treat, guys. I hope that you liked it. I hope you all have a very happy Halloween. If you like this episode, what the fuck was that?
What was that?
It was Sammi Curr.
I think it was Sammi Curr.
I didn't tell you all this, but I did summon him.
For those listening to an audio episode, we just had a electricity surge that jolted in the room.
In real life, though, that happens when I set up my altar a lot. So
that's really creepy. Anyway, so you can get this episode if you like what you heard here. There is a longer version that's going to be available on our Patreon, along with bonus content. You can check out our TikTok and Instagram for short form news, reviews, and all things horror. And yeah, our YouTube has our new special, so subscribe, smash the bell, y'all know the drill.
We do. And until next time, sweet screams, everyone.
And whatever you do,
Don't fall asleep before Sammi Curr comes.
happy Halloween. Just gonna go like this real quick. Save the audience from that.
No, for real, happy Halloween, everybody.